I've read
Yes, we
some
all
of it.
read this flavor
I
text.
didn't. I can't read.
Ow.
I have briefly skimmed it.
Hello and welcome.
I skimmed it and came to the conclusion that it was a bunch of information about possible heretics and people who just generally don't matter.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're going to Space Detroit.
It's flavor text.
Should we just call it Space Detroit from now on?
Yeah, we're going to Space Detroit.
But that would imply, oh, you know what? Detroit might actually still exist in the 41st millennium.
True.
It's where they got the original conscripts from.
It's almost down.
Okay.
It's the primary
You guys
Imperial Guard.
You guys have just left training, and you are all acolytes under Inquisitor Bob. Of all freaking names, Bob.
You got something against Inquisitor Bob?
Well,
Yeah,
just remember,
man.
his full name is Roberto.
Of course.
No. No.
Roberto Montenegro.
Roberto Montenegro, Changeling, Mountain Dew, Camacho the Fourth.
That works.
Esquire.
Does Mountain Dew still exist in the 41st century?
I would assume so. It's probably what they pump into the dreadnoughts to keep their occupants.
Mountain Dew, the eternal drink of the Emperor.
The boys call it the Zap Juice.
All right.
Other drinks are
Space
available.
Marine. Space Marine armor runs on Pepsi Cola.
Crystal Pepsi.
No.
All right. You guys, after your training, you have been sent to Scintilla, capital of the Calixus Successor, waiting for Inquisitor Bob's summons. After being singled out and inducted into the service of the Inquisition, things have not quite gone as you had imagined them. Removed from your past life, you've been tested and measured, questioned and interrogated. But aside from a few lectures given in dark chambers that left you sick to your stomach and a seemingly endless stream of codes and ciphers, giving you to memorize and destroy, you've been left largely to your own devices, lodging under a false name in an anonymous hablock of Hive Sibelius on Scintilla, the capital planet of the Calixus sector. You have bided your time for weeks, waiting for the call from your masters and perhaps their verdict. At last, the call has come, and a blank-eyed courier has delivered to you a note featuring the cipher of the Holy Ordos. The message within was simple and perfunctory, containing a time, a date, and a location. The instruction to come prepared and expect company is signed off with a single epitaph: "The Emperor protects." Sorry, epithet. So, what do you guys think of this summon? How do you react to it?
Well, there's not much we can do
Or,
but go for
I should
it.
say. So, it's to you, it's just a job?
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
If we don't go, they'll execute us as heretics.
Ooh.
Seems
Pretty
like
much
a good
everything's
idea to
my
go.
character's job.
I follow the orders
for the
of
job.
the Emperor due to his Inquisitor saving me from the ship.
I have nothing better to do.
I follow blindly.
Try not to make too much work for me.
Hey, I'm not driving the spaceship.
All right.
Oh God, who
At
was
the
the pilot?
appointed hour. At the appointed hour,
Oh.
you have made your way through the bustling, faceless masses of the administratum quarter to an unmarked service elevator platform set in the rear of a vast and imposing building covered in bas-reliefs of skulls, half-draped urns, and other symbols of death, crowned by an immense statue of a weeping saint. It appears that you are expected. The wizened face of the platform's inbuilt servitor studies you and pronounces pass as you climb on board. As the note implied, you are not the only person called, and you make for an uncomfortable and diverse-looking group standing in tense silence as the crowds throng by. The servitor control chimes active as the last one of you boards the platform, and the elevator descends as the hatchway closes above you, all with a thunderous boom. The platform continues downward for some minutes through maintenance levels deep into the bowels of the government district.
That's never a good place.
You know, when it comes to hive cities, it's pretty much all vowels.
I'm just reading the narration. God.
Let him read.
I didn't like the sound of government district.
No.
I
No.
love the sound of government district. Makes me feel at home.
Come on, guys, we're
Nice.
on limited time here.
Bureaucracy.
Dangerous bastards everywhere.
All
Okay.
right. You
Swear to God,
guys.
if anyone hands me a form, I'm gonna shoot him. Well,
Screw that
paperwork.
grenade. Firebomb. Don't want that paperwork getting past it.
Do you cast magic missile at the darkness?
Don't! No! 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 No!
Oh! Oh!
That's bad. Because the darkness will attack back and will die instantly. Do not attack the darkness, the gazebo, or the grassy knoll.
So is it too dark to actually see right now?
Darkness.
Is it currently too dark to see?
No, we have a torch.
No, it's
I have a
currently
bullet.
not dark. You're deposited at the end of a wide great corridor lit by lumen globes in the shape of cherubs holding torches. Only the first part of the corridor is lit, and the rest trails off into darkness. As you step off the platform, the glows will illuminate to show your path as you walk forward. More will flicker in the life before you, while those behind you extinguish. There is but one path. The corridor is featureless and smells faintly of chemical disinfectant.
I would like
Chemical disinfectant.
I would like to point out at this time that our illustrious DM does in fact sound like a servitor, in that his voice keeps synthesizing.
Awesome.
It's okay.
That's Operian for you.
He's part cyborg.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Actually, he's got kind of an alfalfa thing going on with his hair.
Aye, aye,
Quiet,
aye, aye, aye.
All right.
I said alfalfa, not alpha.
Oh, okay. I thought you stuttered.
No.
Alright, onwards!
All right. After a 5-minute walk down this long corridor, you guys come upon a metal door, which automatically unseals and unlocks with a hiss of pressurized air and opens with a loud grinding of heavy gears. Your room inside has a jumble of rusty metal crates branded with unintelligible symbols stacked against one wall, while a hospital gurney complete with restraint straps has been left toppled over to one side against the other. The room's most striking feature is a wide mirror which fills the upper half of the opposite wall from the entrance. The mirror will slowly clear to transparency. Oh, sorry, slowly clears to transparency. So I'm not supposed to read that part. It reveals a steel chamber beyond. Inside the chamber, you see a white-faced figure standing in a Medicare robe and a red leather coat draped over their shoulders. Behind them, covered by a mottled gray sheet, is what looks like a body of some sort on a frame raised upright for inspection, while above them in the air, a pair of white enameled skulls, encrusted with a variety of brass instruments and long hypo needles, hovers expectantly. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm wary.
Who summoned us?
I pushed Vaughn in first.
Oh. Okay. I thought with the diplomatic one I should probably
Yeah.
sort of talk to the figure.
We're all a little bit brusque and murderous, so it should be you, the one who's barely armed.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to stand against the wall next to the door.
Why don't you guys all go ahead and make a perception test for me?
Alright, what is perception?
what should we roll?
Perception. There it is. Oh dear, this is gonna fail horribly.
It's at actually a plus 20, so don't worry.
It is slash roll 1d100
Oh god.
minus
I'm
20.
sure I passed.
I noticed nothing.
Oh, that
I
went
do
pathetically.
notice nothing.
I didn't see anything.
All I only notice Varn noticing nothing.
Oh. Well, I do
I'm
have
too
a
busy
perception
staring at the
skill.
sky, I think. Oh no, sorry, I got a good
Okay.
roll. Boo.
Scythia and Mercutio are the only ones who pass the test. The man in the leather coat conceals armored panels in a construction in that bulge under his arm. Could only be a gun of some sort.
So it's forearm weapon.
I
Essentially.
subtly get ready to
Sorry.
grab my weapon.
Oh dear. Well that means
One
he's
of those
wealthy.
two people should probably come to my aid as I'm sort of staggering towards him. Engage in diplomacy.
Fine. I grab
I
Varn or not. I grab our diplomat and steady him.
I hold Varn's shoulder as well
He's
while...
on the other side of a giant glass wall.
Really?
I
Oh,
am.
no,
These are these things that we should be have backgrounds for, so that we know what's going on.
That would require me to draw them.
How wide is the room? Because right now we're just kind of in a circle.
Basically, it's about the size of a warehouse, with crates on one side and hospital gurneys on the other.
You do
And
have.
dividing the room in half is this glass wall.
Well, Varn, get to talking.
Right.
No one makes lore checks. Got it.
What lore checks? How are we supposed to know that we're supposed to make a lore check?
It's up to you.
What kind of
I'm
lore?
not supposed to tell you to make them. Any. Like you could try to identify the skulls.
Ooh,
that
skulls,
are
yes.
floating around.
Lore machine cult.
Do you okay? So make a common lore tech test at ordinary. So plus 10.
I
don't
failed
have any
horribly.
lore.
So
Yeah, I
you
don't
are
have
just
any.
floating skulls sitting there with needles protruding from every eye socket and everything.
But they're medical servitors. I know this.
Your character doesn't know that.
I'm a tech priest. It's one of those things
I'll
that
make
I
an
should
awareness
know.
check. Just, so I know what's going on around. Awareness check?
Yeah, D100.
Okay, I'm going
I'm
to do a
assuming-
lore test
I
for
failed.
common Imperium lore.
Yeah.
You notice even less than I do. Do you even know what kind of room we're in?
I'm not even like. I don't even know I'm in a room right now.
All right. Mercutio fails his test, I think. Let me check. Yeah, he fails his test.
I don't like
Damn.
this random number
What was it?
generator. It keeps giving us good numbers.
It's good if you were playing other games, but
It's
we're
good if we
playing
were
Dark
playing
Heresy.
every other game.
As you guys enter the chamber, the man motions towards you to come closer to the wall, separating you two.
Which wall? I assume. You
Can
mean
I try and
The
perceive
south
the
wall.
wall to make sure there's no traps or anything on it? Or near it, or on the floor?
It's a giant glass wall.
Yes, but
Roll
there
a
might be something on the
perception
floor.
Roll a perception test.
I will roll the same perception test.
We are just not very.
No.
It's a glass wall. Congratulations.
Glass. Matter of fact,
Okay,
for me,
well,
it might
I
not be
guess-
glass. It just looks like a wall.
Let's just go look at it. I don't know what this panel is for.
I guess I should probably
Yep, sorry.
it's big.
do my diplomacy.
He's massive!
Not-
Oh dear God!
That's what- yeah.
Well, he's a large. There we go.
All right. After you approach the wall, he starts to talk. As you know, when he starts speaking, you hear the voices come from a grill in the ceiling, most likely a speaker. Go figure, right? Greetings, acolytes. I am Medicate Interrogator Sand, and you are new blood, are you not? Worthy additions to our holy war? Well, we shall see. Far be it from me to doubt my better judgments, eh? Sorry. Well, to the matter at hand, I represent the Holy Order of the Imperial Inquisition that we all serve. Our masters have called you here to assist us in the investigation of a matter of interest that has recently unexpectedly come to light. Oh yes, for your information, you are now in the depths of the Templum Mori, the House of the Dead, where Lords Perfecta Mortem hold court, and the fallen and lost of the great city are named and counted. It will not surprise you then to know you are here to view a corpse. I doubt it will be your first, but it is, shall we say, quite singular.
Mercutio is unimpressed.
I'm bored. Let me shoot stuff.
Let us
Here's
begin.
my character's opinion.
All right. He goes to the sheet and pulls it aside to reveal a desiccated and eviscerated body of an adult human. As he continues to talk, the servo skulls dip and bob out of the sight to reappear with messy-looking organic specimens in test tubes and jars, clutched in dexterous brass calipers, displaying them in turn for the acolyte's edification.
Can I try and perceive
Now,
what
you will
the...
kindly attend and pay heed.
Sorry.
Yes, Space? Go on.
Just perceiving if there was anything different or interesting about what was in the jars.
Make a perception test.
Yeah, I tried that and failed horribly.
You can make another one. You guys trying to perceive the wall, remember?
1d100. Ah!
Definitely a wall.
I succeeded this time.
All right, what are you guys trying to perceive?
I am attempting
what are you
to
guys trying to
perceive the
perceive?
nature of the wounds and what may have made them.
I'm trying to perceive what is in the jars that the several skulls are obviously trying to show us.
Servo skills, that's the term.
I would also like to make the test in order to perceive if there's anything unusual about the corpse itself. Nope.
Okay, Mercutio and Scythia fail horribly and say, "Hey, it's a corpse."
Mercutio believes that it's still alive.
It's just a guy having a
If he
sleep.
rolled one higher than yes, I would have said he thought it was alive.
What are you doing?
However-
The bed's still alive! That would have been hilarious.
Why is it I'm pulling bits out of him?
Anyways, as Tiberianus and Kaltos look at the body, there are no visible wounds. In fact, it's not quite clear how this man died.
Any other unusual
Now,
features?
Hmm?
Any other unusual features? Mummification.
other than he looks like a standard hive worker.
Oh. Normal person then. Expendable.
Yes. Anyways, as he turns, after he pulls off the sheet, he turns around and he starts talking to you again. Now, if you will kindly attend and pay heed, I will take questions afterward. The body has been positively identified as that of one Saul Aubest, male, 23 years of age, hive worker, unskilled laborer, certified, formerly of the Tantalus Indenture, registered habitation chamber 6/23 stack 717, Cascarla Division, Southern Zone, Hive Sibelius. Subject found dead on mid-hive transit rail 3 days ago as the car returned to the main depot. Preliminary examination of the scene suggested death by drug overdose. Postmortem performed by the biology forensic, however, revealed certain anomalies that necessitated our involvement. The cause of death was in fact total systemic failure brought on by tissue rejection of implanted synthetic graft organ. Said organ destroyed his central nervous system while attempting to overcome the immune response. In short, the servo skull then, as he says that, the servo skull displays a sample jar containing 10-centimeter long whitish cord of wavy glassy tendrils, still in motion, still alive.
Oh,
This rushed the life out of him from the inside. What's it for? Unknown.
I'm going to
Didn't
make
even
a
word
a cryptology test on that, see if I can see what it's about. I have no idea if cryptology is even the correct thing. 42?
Well, that is the answer to the life universe and everything. I'm sorry, but that is a failure.
Darn. Oh well.
No bonuses for you.
What's it for? Unknown. But my opinion would be, in a word, control. Neural and synaptic override. Perhaps worse. There were other grafts and surgery of a less singular kind also. One leg replaced by a concealed storage cavity, possibly for his use as a courier. Also, one optic nerve removed. Skin flayed from his stomach, I have no idea why. His system awash from alchemic traces, clotting agents, panamune, and the like. The surgery was expert, but the lesions and tissue stresses, I doubt any care was given to whether or not it was painless. In fact, by the damage to his vocal cords, my guess would be that he probably screamed as long as he was able to. But the little monster is what concerns us. Oh, you don't need to know the gene law or the mission edict, just that it is not only illegal, it is forbidden, it is heresy. Merely tampering with this kind of dark tech is enough to warrant a death sentence from the Holy Ordos, the Arbites of the Mechanicus. And I'm sure you, that as well, I am wondering how such a rare and vile thing ended up wrapped around the spine of some anonymous habro from the dusty end of the stacks. The man has no prior criminal record. He was rendered invalid by indenture, laid off, if you will, some 60 days ago now, and was reported missing 32 days ago by his sister, one Lily Arbest, resident of the same habistack. More than enough time to get himself in all sorts of trouble, I'm sure you'll agree. These grafts are no more than 8 or 10 days old at most. We have nothing else on him. This is to be a shadow investigation. No open official involvement and no notification of the local authorities, and no one knows he's here either. Korskala's down hive, so a covert approach will draw far less attention than a boot through the door, and be far less likely to kill any of you kill any lead star heretic. Find out why and where if you can. Better yet, find out how. Best of all, find out who is responsible. Go with the grace of the God Emperor. Oh, and additional samples would be a blessing if you could procure them.
Can I ask
So
if we can
basically,
get...
infiltrate, do it quietly, get the job done, and get the hell out.
Oh dear.
We have.
Anyways, as you
We're a
remember,
group
he
of
did
6
say-
people. I don't think we could really do anything quietly,
especially with the
Hush.
psycho.
especially with a pair of guardsmen.
Not with Siberianus' huge tits knocking everything over.
Hey, hey, hey. They are firmly contained within my Adeptus Mechanicus.
And then everyone else just trying to grab her butt every so often.
Stop that. I'm trying to stay
All right.
serious.
As you all recall, he did say that now he would answer questions. If you have any questions, now would be the time to ask.
Are there, in fact, any places to start besides the sister?
He shakes his head and says, none that I can think of.
Does he have any idea what sort of opposition we might be facing?
Heretics.
Other than heretics, no.
Nothing more specific than heretics.
Nothing more specific than heretics.
Would you like us to try and capture...
This guy is extremely informative.
That's why we're here.
Would you like
Are
us
we
to
allowed
capture...
use lethal force?
He has no knowledge of street gangs or anything like that in the area. Nothing. Fine.
There
Alright,
are
what did
probably
any-
street gangs.
Yeah, heretics. They're all
Is lethal
heretics in the
force
eyes of the
accepted?
Inquisition.
I'm surprised the Inquisition hasn't started accusing each other of being heretics.
Who says they haven't?
Wait, pretty sure they have.
Are we to try... can I ask him if we are to try and capture one of the heretics alive so he can answer for his crimes?
Only if they contain biological samples that would be useful to us.
Okay, can I get a non-lethal weapon to aid in our cause for this? Purely for the Emperor's sake.
That's a good question. He turns around to ask, what did you have in mind?
Like a needle gun, for example. No, sorry, web pistol. Web pistol or something.
Straight for the rares.
I'm trying to... bullets!
Standing army waiting for us.
Let's say bullets,
What do you
okay.
think?
Might I be able to tune my auspex to read indications of the foreign heretical material?
That's a good question. That would just fall to your standard investigation skills. I will leave the hard work up to you. Be
Give me a
clear,
second.
I just want this to be a simple investigation. I want you guys to do the groundwork, and I will do all the lab work.
Just as long as I don't have to do the paperwork.
No, we have plenty of other minions in the government to do the paperwork.
So could you try
Go
and...
shoot some stuff.
can I actually ask him
Try
for
to avoid
gold?
shooting things for a while.
Before you leave, he motions to a crate on the side that looks better, in better condition than the rest of the crates in the warehouse.
Ooh, shiny.
As you open it, it's a kit of additional equipment that he believes you will need for the mission.
Quality.
Yay, loot.
I performed a tech use tech of 26, and I have a plus 15 bonus to see if I can modify my auspex to scan the foreign material.
You
And,
mean determine if a implant is heretical or not?
No, to see if I can scan for it.
Can I perform a
Others
perception
that
test
are
in order to determine if there's anything in the crate useful to my character specifically?
No.
Can we have a list
Damn.
of what's in the crate?
I
Can I
was
do that
getting
too?
to that. I was getting to
Yeah,
that.
I passed.
Damn it, Kalatos. We're more or less the same character. If it's useful to you, it's useful to me.
No, it's not. I
Alright,
can't
I'm
what
gonna
do I
go-
find?
Let's let our GM continue with the list of what's in the bloody box.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There are kits for each of you. each marked in separate smaller boxes within the crate itself. Inside, you see the Coruscala pass token. These coded devices are about the size of a small, thick coin, will allow them legal clearance for entrance to the division and free passage on the transit rail around the mid-hive area. There's also a handvox. Cheap, battered-looking personal communicators that have a private encrypted channel are good for a range of kilometers in the hive. And he explains that as Send notices you eyeing the boxes, he says, there is some interference in the hive that may render the boxes useless unless you're at a wire station. So do be careful.
I know what I'm going to be doing next.
There's also low hivers overcoats, one per acolyte as well. These voluminous and somewhat tattered patchwork leather and canvas hide-colored overcoats are common, as you may have guessed, to the low hiver garb in Sibella's, and will easily fit over anything the acolytes are wearing. So you guys don't have to worry about that. They're also quite tough and will provide you with an additional armor point if you do not have any on your chest already.
Oh.
Okay.
So armor isn't stacking?
Hive mission bonus gear set. There we go.
I'm no longer naked.
Congratulations, you now have armor.
Wait, who was naked? I'm confused.
Me, you're
All
naked,
right.
Matt.
Yeah,
It's alright, it was dark, you didn't say.
Barn had no armor set, so now he has 1 hour damage resistance.
Alright, you also notice in the smaller crates, chem lamps. Small portable lamps that use chemical reaction to provide light, and will operate continuously while their shutters are open. They have a 3-meter radius, and provide 6 meters of directed beam light.
Is there any fuel required for them?
The chemicals that are already inside them,
Yeah, but
Will they
how
run
long?
they don't have a...
Okay, they're basically glow sticks on steroids.
Okay, so
Okay.
infinite,
As
roughly.
this, they will long be glowing after you are dead.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
so they
given
might
us-
have half a day.
Exactly.
Yes, given how long we will
Oh,
live, yeah, that
this
would
is
be
not the
hard.
highest.
All right. Next to all these smaller boxes within this crate, you see a coded data slate.
Okay.
You also see a biosample kit.
Ooh, biosample kit. That's useful.
Yep, since he did ask you to grab biosamples. There is also a money pouch containing 120 throne geld.
Yoink.
Mine.
Each.
Yeah.
Mercutio grabbed it already. He said yoink.
Okay, do you guys want to talk this out?
Well, let's
I
just
shoot him.
take our personalized, nodalized.
I quick draw my gun and
for the
point it at
purpose-
Thingley.
For the purpose of this RP, I'm going to bump it up to 180 since there's 6 of you and this campaign was meant for 4.
Oh, there's
So
only
why
the
don't
one.
we just
not-
divide that
Get
180
that?
equally and each take 30 throne?
Cool.
Do we not each get 180?
Nope.
No, it's 180 total, so we each get 30.
Oh, okay.
If you divide it.
Yay, 52.
Which we're going to do.
As
The
you pointed
pinching
Hey,
clause will go
what
to
to
removing
do today?
things.
There's 2
Probably
ways we
get
can
real
either we
tickets
divide it
like
evenly,
master skill.
or Mercutio gets everything.
We can all just shoot
He will
Mercutio
fight
and
you
we'll
for
get
it.
more money.
Yeah, we could.
As you start,
That would be greedy.
Or
Are you
we
guys-
could just
Anyway,
share it.
are you guys dividing up the coins?
We're dividing it up.
Yes.
I would say yes.
Okay, make sure you add 30 throne geld to all of your to your thingamajig.
Can
Okay.
we take the crate?
The crate is massive.
We cannot take the crate. Okay.
Not reasonably. If you want to push it out, be my guest, but you're not going to get it on the elevator. Right. As you start dividing out the money, you notice a scrap of paper, and on it is written "for sundries and bribes."
Can
I'm
I?
sure if you need more, you can be resourceful.
Oh, we can be resourceful.
See if curiosity. See if I use call item on a crate like that. Would all the contents within the crate be summoned with the crate, or would it just be the crate itself?
I'm sure we can be extremely resourceful, especially if we put Tiberianus on the corner for an hour.
Do you have
What did
any
you say?
idea just how heretical that is?
I feel like giving you corruption points for that. Scythia, what did you say?
If I have summon item on the crate, right, and I summon the crate to us, the items within the crate, will they stay within the crate or will they just be dropped?
I assume that only the crate would come.
Yeah, I'm assuming the
Fairly
same, but I
certain
thought I might
we
as
need
well
the
ask.
crate.
I just thought I
Also,
might
you
as
would
well
have to
ask.
meditate on it for an hour.
I know.
don't have
I'm
time
fairly
for that.
certain we don't need the crate. We just need what's in the crate, and we're all capable of carrying what's in the
No,
crate.
you can never have enough storage.
All right.
So did I get any items from that, or just money?
History.
Is that Drago's keyboard again?
No, that's not mine.
It's not
Anyway,
really mine's a quiet
is that-
keyboard. Oh, we lost
Is that
Connor.
Connor's?
I'm alive.
Wait,
Anyways,
Who's Connor and why was he in our call?
that's a good question.
Never mind.
Whatever. Continuing
Yes.
on. Let's get
Also-
how to begin.
Was
also,
there any?
each of you in your smaller crate have a Coblast Assay cognomen. Basically,
What?
encrypted metal punch cards that are identity markers. There's one tailored for each acolyte, and they include an enforcer code tag allowing them to carry arms for self-defense. They also signify that the acolytes are bonded agents of the Coblast Assay. I can't speak today. A
That's fine.
Sibellan mercantile operation of somewhat dubious repute, but not inconsiderable power, specializing in tech and salvage and manpower services. These are not false identity cards, and Coblast has actually been a secret Inquisition organization for some time.
Who didn't see that coming? I'm just gonna put that all
Alright.
under Hive Mission bonus
So
gear
what's this
set.
called?
Do
Okay.
you guys have any questions about any of the gear you gained?
Currently, I only know of the ID card. I don't think I got
Uh,
anything out of the crate.
You got a cognomen, a chem lamp, the overcoat, and a hand box and a pass token.
Handbox is gonna be useful for a lot of things.
So ID card, chem lamp, overcoat, Hivox.
Hand box.
Handvox, sorry.
Hand. And a Korscala pass token. It's spelled such. Let me get that.
Right. I'm just gonna do a quick check to see if there's anything.
So Korskala, hand token, I
What about the
chem lamp.
bio kit thing?
All right. Mercutio is asking about the bio kit. The satchel carries 3 small bio storage tubes and a small bio aspects with a range of about a meter or so. Set for human tissue, the indicator on the aspects will flash red and wine with increasing volume in the proximity of anomalous tissue. Kit also comes with a long-bladed, razor-edge monoscalpel. This will inflict 1d5 -1 plus the wielder's strength bonus and ignores the first 2 armor points of the target.
I'm thinking the biosample kit should be carried by Tiberianus.
I think we each got one.
No,
no,
well, there was
there's
only one.
Oh,
biosample.
well then. Yes, I should have the biosample kit.
All right. If one of the acolytes makes a mention of the scalpel in the kit, you guys just have to explain what you want to do with the scalpel.
I have the kit, so I'll have the scalpel. What was that? It was what were the stats on it?
1d6 minus
1d5 -1
There we go.
based on plus strength bonus
Mhm.
and ignore as 2 piercing.
Nice.
Shank.
Okay,
Yeah,
can I
it's
put the
two piercing? That's awesome.
Is the overcoat actually disguise you as a citizen?
Yeah,
Yes.
it makes
More or
us.
less.
It lets us blend in and is basically a free 1 armor to everyone.
Okay, I'm just gonna put the
Doesn't
coat
count.
on the now then.
Now, we're all gonna put the
Yeah.
damn coats on. It's our
I
disguise.
am wearing my coat already.
Just thought I'd say though.
So armor
Yeah,
stacking.
it's only the body and your body. That's it. So
All right,
Don't
I'm just
expect-
going to utilize my tech use skill in an attempt to make sure that we know how to do things with that nice little bioscanner.
go ahead and roll.
Oh yeah. Boy,
yeah,
do I
you know
ever
how to
know.
use the biosample kit.
Nice.
All right,
And you, by studying the biosample kit and the bios aspects, you figure out how to make your own implants work with it.
my own.
So your implants can also pick up the readings for it.
Awesome. Stop laughing at the word implants.
Oh,
However, it's not as accurate, so you still have to use the aspects, but your implants can still detect at a more of a larger scale.
And can I adapt the the bio aspects to function with my standard aspect sensor that I have,
Yes.
which that would increase the range. Yes.
When it increased the range, it would increase its.
Accuracy.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Good. Good. Excellent.
So rather than having a big blip on the radar, you have a smaller blip. So it's like
That allows you to pinpoint.
Going back.
Excellent.
yeah.
All right. Don't forget, you guys also have the coded data slate.
Oh, I have an actual data slate, so I can probably read that. I should probably
This
make a check.
It's a worn brass-cased data slate. And as you turn it on, you notice it carries basic copies of information found in your briefing, a series of maps and data about Kurskala, and largely empty files on the Arbast, including pictures of them and addresses taken from the administrative register. The slate also has a basic short-range audio and visual recorder and playback functions. The slate features a 5-key input code, which will be given to you if you need it. If it is accessed without this, its core memory will be wiped. So I'm not going to bother having you guys write down the code. I'm going to assume you already have it.
Well, then I'm immediately going to use it and transfer all the non-get-me-killed information to my own personal data slate.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Was there anything else? Anyone? Let's get out of here.
All right.